Welcome to my crib, or rather my workshop. Hi, it's not clutch slip, right? You see I got some feeler gauges here that's removed out of my can. The reason I keep in oil so it doesn't corrode. This shit is from a previous video. Alright, this is about clutch slip glaze on your stainless steel plates. Alright, I can recall 8 years ago when I knew little or nothing about motorcycles. I attempted to fix my clutch slip by myself. Of course, I read my service manual, my Bible. Right, for every bike I've owned over the years, I've had a manual for that. Right, anyhow, so I read through the manual. The manual tells me I must just replace the stainless steel plates. I really could not afford that, so I went to internet shop, sat there for like an hour, watched a few YouTube videos. They reckon that you find a mirror or a window itself, glass, something that's flat as possible. But even that is not flat. I mean, from doing tooling prior to that, I know for a fact that nothing's really flat and straight. Alright, I reckon you should take a sandpaper, not like this, avoid that because you can end up making a bevel. Alright, I reckon you should find a sandpaper that is as flat as possible and sand until you remove all the glaze. But the problem I have with that, as I said, I did tooling back then. If you take your ruler, alright, you take some odd sizes, feeler gauges here. It's too thick. Let's take this is the 4. What is this? It's a 6 there. It's a 4 there. It's a 5. Okay. That's not flat. I'm gonna take a 7 here. You can clearly see that it's not flat, right? So it's very difficult to find something that's flat, okay? And I don't recommend taking a piece of glass or window pane, you know, to do that, because you're gonna end up, you're basically gonna follow the contour of that dip onto this. You're gonna transfer this dip onto this, and you're gonna end up making a bevel. Alright. What I do is, I don't do that crappy ways. I cut myself little pieces of sandpaper. Alright, I'll stick to this 220 grit. Alright, 220 grit. I did the previous bike, the Gen 125. I did that about 2016. That's still holding out. I did it exactly the same way. Clutch slip is caused by, how do I say, like slipping the clutch, using the wrong oil, wrong adjustment of your clutch cable itself, or just simple wear and tear abuse. Okay, what I do is I put a flat on here and I go round and round as fast as I can. Right, I don't want to stand and dig holes. Alright, you can use the method of the glass or mirror, but to me you're going to end up making, you're going to change the contour of this plate itself. Alright, and you end up making a knife's edge, a bevel, right? A bevel. You can end up doing that. So I prefer to round and round. As I said, Gen 125. I did that 4 years ago, and it's still holding out strong. Let's see. I'm actually causing less damage to this by doing it this way than that way. By doing it that way, I'm going to start making taper. I'm going to make a knife's edge on that. Right. Okay, let's just see here. Okay, you can see the glaze is gone. You see how quick that was. Right. Hopefully the so-called engineers here on the internet will not crucify me for showing you this. Right, so you don't need a piece of glass or mirror to do this, okay? You just use some hand skills. And then of course I'm going to show you another thing over here. You guys, you know, when you got a motorcycle, I recommend that you get the service manual. Every single motorcycle I've owned over the years, I've had the service manual, okay? The Holy Bible, as I call it. Alright. I see some of you guys here. See there, there we go, good to go. Right, and I can tell you now there's a lot less imperfections here by doing it this way than doing it that way. Okay, there's no ways I'm doing it that way. I'm going to be creating a bevel effect, high spots and low spots. I'll be creating a lot more high spots and low spots by doing it that way. Let's go now to the, of course I want to check my clutch springs, the surface limit for that. And then again, the installation of these rings. Alright, I see most of you guys are not installing this stuff correctly. Read your bloody manual. Download the manual on the internet, okay? Here's a flat ring, goes right at the bottom, see there, right, goes first. And then you've got the bevel side, you'll see there, it's like this now, it's showing like this. This bevel side, it goes up, okay? It goes up position. Don't ask me why, I just follow the bloody service manual. Alright, okay, hopefully that makes sense, eh? Okay, thank you.